some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on a team from the ACC, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Handoff from the gun. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. And the Rebels want to pick up the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Davis. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Lewis to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Going to try to get it himself. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. Got his man downfield. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
How about the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
The Rebels are on the move. And some room to work. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Back to pass on second down. Forced out of the pocket. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
Here's some pressure. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking down the middle. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He stopped. Not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no point.
No way to go the ball and down. He goes at the 39. And the Rebels racing to the line in a hurry up. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defense.
Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's the problem when you get in 2nd and 4 ever. The defense knows. They make you one-dimensional. They know you're going to take shots down the field. They stay deep, they break on the football, and they take advantage of the opportunity.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The play action fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
They'll try the run. Oh, he's got some space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bama! I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches. But you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Lewis wants to pass. Here's a heat. He lets it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Fires to the wideout. And he dropped it. Incomplete pass in what would have been a huge gain. No defender anywhere around, and he just flat dropped it. The Rebels line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down, still moving. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business. Using his feet. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Alabama pushing the tempo. Quarterback keeps it. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Creates a little room. Hits a seam wide open. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Lewis to throw. Gets it out quickly. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. To the air on first down. Now improvising. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Lewis wants to pass. Looking to scramble. Fires it. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll try it over the left side.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Caught in the backfield. It's Edwards. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on 1st and 2nd down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Quarterback making adjustments. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Here's the return. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. On the run, it's Hawkins.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Lewis to throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
God, he's annoying to play against. You think about it as a defense, I'm trying to cage you in, trying to keep you in the pocket, and then he's just whoop, 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 spinning all over the place, getting outside the pocket, making plays, and then you got to go chase him again, and again, and again. Just wears you out.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Creates a little space. Turning it on. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. They'll give it to the back. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's fourth down coming.
Well, I know on offense you always want to have balance, and it's important to keep defenses honest, but listen, you're one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire nation. Let your dudes go to work. You don't need negative plays like that.
On fourth down, they'll throw for him. He's moving out of the pocket. The throw. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They'll go to the ground. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. And they're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play the game.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to fire on second down. Spits it out to the back. He makes the grab. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Gets it past the marker. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it can be a long game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. Pressure's there and he lets it go. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Complete to the left. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option to give. Fighting off the defender. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. You could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit, nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. Makes the catch. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
You saw the tight end on a big play there in that last 3rd down. Why not go back to him again here in the red zone? With his size and his athleticism, he is a matchup nightmare down in this area of the field.
Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. This is a designed run. Touchdown, Bama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Here he comes from his own end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Lewis wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Complete downfield. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And the Rebels in the hurry-up.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield. And that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field. They're trying to make it happen, but the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got a man, it's Hawkins. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And this defense is going to have their hands full, because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. They'll send the back in motion. DB's right up on the receivers. Lewis to throw. Going for it all. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time. Being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw again. This time he's got his man. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Motion from the back. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Sends it back in motion. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Unloads it left. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown, Rebels! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. LSU is currently ahead in this one in Death Valley, but it's been a close one so far. They're up by 7 over Oklahoma. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Really nice run there. Now, listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have...
Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Gets the back moving. Lewis wants to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Lets it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Floating away. He's going to take off. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Lewis to throw. Bringing the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Ole Miss. A great catch and run for 6.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Rides to back and leaves it. Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it.
Dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
Power football with the run. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. The give on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Here comes a third down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. He wants to change this route. On third down, he drops to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Edwards. Brought down at the 31, it is a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Here's the handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the back for no gain.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that is what every single defense wants, man. They got to get those negative plays so you can put them in predictable situations. They gave up some yardage, but that's okay. Getting the sack, now forcing the 3rd and long, gear up the pass rushers, bring in some extra DBs, and try to go get them again.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got his man. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
Guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the 3rd quarter.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Touch pass on the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So now it's 2nd and long. Send the tight end in motion. Looking downfield, and time is running short. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. A designed run for the quarterback. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. And he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
Lewis wants to pass. He's going for a big play downfield. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Rebels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They keep it on the ground to open the third. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The offense changing the play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly, had receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls it and fires to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fakes to grab. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Lewis to throw. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabs it in the middle. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Lewis wants to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
He's got it. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Rebels want to crank the tempo.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize, so you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Wants to go up top on first down. Unleashes one deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. He makes the catch. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Using his feet to buy time. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. On the run, it's Hawkins. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Wood.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Fires left. Tosses it incomplete. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. Quarterback may change this route. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Lewis to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He's not afraid to go deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Lots of times as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late, they're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Fires to the wideout. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. Under fire. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
I I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Motion from the back. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. The screen, he can go. Got room at the 35. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Alabama! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. LSU has the lead right now, but it hasn't come easy. They're in a tight one. They're up by 7 over Oklahoma. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Throwing on the run. And wings it incomplete.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Scanning the field, it's Powell. Under fire. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier, it gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job on the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the fourth quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Makes the catch. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Backed up now here, 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Powell. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Man, as a quarterback, you've got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Gonna look downfield again. Throws to the tight end. Complete in the middle. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Looking for a huge play. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest to deepest, widest to widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
Complete to the right. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Max going for the goal line. Touchdown, Ole Miss. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. So an 82-yard drive there. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack.